Now, welcome to the SJB news section. Here is where we will tell you about what is going on in our school.
To find out more about how comic relief is helping in Africa, and to find out what conditions are like in Gambia,
Roisin and Kira had an interview with the fascinating Miss Berman. Hi guys, I'm Luca.
I'm George.
And coming up on today's programme, we have an interview with Miss Bowman about her trip to Gambia and how she experienced what the Gambians experienced.
So, Miss Bowman, why did you go to Gambia?
Well, I had the opportunity to take a group of young people to the Gambia last February during half term. We are friendly with someone who's worked out in the Gambia for about 25 years, raising money for various projects. And we thought it would be a good idea to take a group of young people to see what Africa was like and to take part in some of the work that was going on out there.
What did you do when you were in Gambia?
Well, last year we decorated a mother and baby clinic, which was used by a village and the surrounding area. So lots of people went and took their young babies and children to the clinic. It was in a very poor state of disrepair, dirty, with no running water, although there was running water, but it wasn't working at the time. So we decided we would decorate it inside and out and provide a nice clean environment for the local villagers to use.
What's the difference between Gambia and the UK?
It's a very peaceful country too, but they have very, very limited resources, very limited medical supplies, very few doctors. The country's only trained 7 doctors itself, which is very few. So generally they have very, very little. Children don't have toys, they play with whatever they can find outside. So very, very limited in the resources that they have.
What was working with Gambians like?
It's wonderful. They're lovely, lovely people. We went to work alongside them, not to do decorating the work for them. This year we went into a school and we decorated a school block. So we had the teachers working with us, we had local villagers, we had ex-students working with us. So it was very much a collaborative project working with local people. And it was fun, enormous fun, great to work with them. We met people we met the previous year, so we were going back to meet friends, and we all had a really good time, and we've resourced them now to carry on the work once we're not there. So at the moment they're putting electricity into the school and doing more decorating, and we'll continue to resource them so they can do things for themselves.
With science becoming a very diverse subject, with students throughout schools in the United Kingdom and teachers trying to find new and exciting ways to help students engage with lessons, what else can be done to help science become more appealing for students? With a vast curriculum, what can be done to help students get that A grade? Our correspondent Dominic had a chance to speak to scientist and well-known author of Bad Science, Dr. Ben Goldacre.
Do you think that we should be taught to think more critically in subjects such as science?
I don't know, man. I mean, I think we probably are taught to think critically, but really thinking critically is sort of... I'm not a school teacher, but I think a really big part of thinking critically is confidence and permission. Is thinking that it's okay to criticise a piece of work and having the confidence to believe that you've pulled through the problems enough to have a genuine criticism to make. That, and obviously a basic level of intellectual horsepower, which I don't know where that comes from. But some people have it, and some people get given it, I'm sure, over time.
Do you think changes should be made to the way that all subjects are taught, such as you said something about the randomised trials, how to think and taught?
So I don't have any strong views on any specific method of teaching, but it's really striking to me that we're really bad at doing randomised trials, these head-to-head comparisons, to find out what is the best way of teaching, but not just teaching, all the other stuff that we do in schools. So, for example, what's the best way of delivering sex education to stop people getting STDs and having teenage pregnancies? What's the best way of preventing absenteeism? What's the best way of containing antisocial behaviour? There are lots and lots of things that we could do randomised controlled trials on, and we don't generally, typically, in the UK. And we should. And we actually, randomised trials in education are commonplace in other parts of the world, but not in the UK, and that's a real shortcoming. And it's a function, I think, of the culture in education academia in the UK, which has traditionally been very much about qualitative research rather than about randomised trials.
In education news, should drama be removed from school curriculums?